Every day, the tide arrives. It covers everything, every footprint, every shell, every scar upon the shoreline. Then, without asking permission, it leaves. And what remains tells a story. Most people think the tide shapes the shore, but perhaps the tide reveals it. As the water retreats, fragments begin to appear. A shell, a piece of driftwood, ancient oyster beds, broken glass polished smooth by time. Each one carries a history. Each one asks a question. How did I get here? Perhaps consciousness works the same way. Our lives are shaped by experiences that arrive like waves. Family, culture, history, success, failure, love, loss, fear, hope. Each experience washes over us, and when it passes, it leaves something behind. Not always visible, but always present. Residue. The residue of memory, the residue of expectation, the residue of trauma, the residue of joy, the residue of beliefs we never consciously chose. Over time, those fragments accumulate. We begin to mistake them for ourselves. This is just who I am. But is it? Or is your personality the archaeological residue of habits you've practiced so long that you've forgotten learning them? What if your fears are artifacts? What if your anger is an inherited relic? What if your need for approval washed ashore long before you knew its name? The tragedy isn't that the tide leaves residue. The tragedy is that we stop asking whether it still belongs. An archaeologist never assumes every object found in the sand belongs to the civilization being uncovered. Storms move things. Floods relocate them. Generations leave traces for generations yet unborn. The archaeologist asks only one question. How did this get here? Emergence asks the very same question. Not, who am I? But, how did this come to live inside me? That question changes everything. Because it replaces judgment with curiosity. It replaces blame with understanding. And it transforms awareness into excavation. This is why the observer matters. The observer is not standing apart from life. The observer walks the shoreline after the tide has receded, patiently, quietly, brushing away the sand, revealing layer after layer until conditioning gives way to clarity. Perhaps awakening isn't about becoming someone new. Perhaps it is discovering what has always been there, beneath the layers left behind. The tide will always return. Experience will continue to shape our lives. History will continue to wash across the shores of humanity. But awareness gives us something extraordinary. It allows us to choose which fragments become foundations and which remain only artifacts of a journey already traveled. So the next time the tide recedes, don't simply admire the shoreline. Walk it, question it, excavate it, because somewhere beneath the residue of forgotten habits, beneath inherited stories, beneath the sands of memory, the truest version of yourself has been waiting to emerge.